All right, let's talk about your credit score. For a lot of us, it's this mysterious three-digit number that seems to control huge parts of our lives. But it really doesn't have to be a mystery. Today, we're going to break down the exact blueprint for mastering it.
I mean, does your credit score feel like a total lottery? You know, one month it's up, the next month it's down, and you have absolutely no idea why? Yeah, if you feel that way, you're not alone. Most people are completely in the dark about how this incredibly important number is actually calculated.
But here's the thing. What if it's not a mystery? What if it's a game? The central idea we're digging into today is that credit isn't some kind of magic. It's just a system with very clear rules. And once you learn those rules, you can absolutely start to win.
Okay, so this is the rulebook. The entire FICO scoring model is broken down into just 5 simple parts. Seriously, think of this as the game board. You've got payment history making up 35%, credit usage or utilization at 30%. Basically, everything that decides your score is right here in this one chart. So let's break down each piece.
So let's dive in and really crack this code. We're going to go through these 5 factors one by one so you can understand exactly how the game is scored and, more importantly, which moves matter the most.
First up, let's talk about the absolute heavyweight champion of your credit score. This one category makes up a massive 35% of the whole thing. It is, without a doubt, the single most important factor, period.
And that, of course, is your payment history. The algorithm, the computer that calculates your score, it rewards one thing above everything else: consistency. Every single on-time payment builds what's called algorithmic trust. But if you mess this up, the penalty is severe. Just one 30-day late payment can literally tank your score by over 60 points. If you want a high score, paying on time isn't just a good idea, it's non-negotiable.
Okay, next up, another huge piece of the puzzle, coming in at a massive 30%. This factor is almost as important as paying on time, and honestly, it's the one where most people accidentally trip up.
We're talking about credit utilization. All that really means is the percentage of your available credit that you're currently using. See, from the algorithm's point of view, high balances equal high risk. It's a signal that you might be stretched a little too thin financially. That's why keeping your balances low, and I mean really low, ideally under 10%, is one of the fastest ways to show you're in control and get a really nice, quick score boost.
So the final 3 factors make up the rest of your score. First, at 15%, you've got the length of your credit history. And that's why you hear people say, never close your oldest credit card, because time builds credibility. Next up, at 10%, is your credit mix. The algorithm likes to see that you can handle different kinds of debt, like credit cards, an auto loan, maybe a mortgage. And finally, the last 10% is new credit. Applying for too much credit too quickly can look like a red flag, a sign of financial trouble.
Okay, so now we know the rules of the game, but how do you go from just playing to actually winning? Let's lay out the exact blueprint for building a 750-plus score.
So check this out. This is the mathematical profile of someone with a top-tier credit score. 100% on-time payments, no exceptions. An average account age of over 5 years. Almost no new applications for credit. And look at this detail. Credit utilization between 1 and 3%. Now you might be asking, why not 0? Well, because a 0 balance doesn't show the algorithm that you're actively using and managing credit well. This isn't some vague goal. It's a specific mathematical target.
And the best part? There's a clear 4-step plan to get there. First, you audit all of your accounts. Second, you crush those high balance cards. That's going to give you the fastest score boost. Third, you systematically address any negative items on your report. And finally, you can strategically add new positive accounts or trade lines to build a stronger history. It's a methodical process, not some magic trick.
And this brings us to a really powerful mindset shift. I love this quote: "You're not fixing something that's broken, you are retraining an algorithm." It's all about understanding what the system rewards, and then just systematically feeding it the right data points to prove you're a low-risk borrower.
Okay, remember that first step, the audit? This is where you become a detective for your own finances. You have to find the errors before you can fix them. And trust me, you would be shocked at how many credit reports have mistakes on them. And again, this is all about shifting your approach. You're not just glancing at your report and guessing what might be wrong. You're performing a detailed audit, line by line, almost like a forensic accountant. So what exactly are you hunting for in this audit? Well, you're looking for anything, and I mean anything, that isn't 100% accurate. We're talking incorrect balances, wrong payment dates, maybe even accounts that don't even belong to you. Here's the most important part. By law, every single thing on your credit report must be accurate and verifiable. Any error you find is leverage.
Okay, so you've done your audit, you've found an error. Now what? Well, now you need the right tools to get it removed. And this isn't about yelling at someone on the phone, it's about using the law to enforce your rights.
And one of the most powerful tools in your toolkit is something called a debt validation letter. You send this in writing directly to a debt collector, not the credit bureau. It's based on a federal law meant to protect you, and the message is really simple. Prove it. Prove you legally own this debt and prove you have the right to collect on it.
I mean, listen to this sentence. This right here is the power play. It's simple, but it's legally binding. Once a debt collector gets a letter with this sentence, they must stop all collection activity. No more calls, no more letters, until they send you valid proof. It completely shifts the burden of proof from you back to them, which is right where it belongs.
So why does this actually work? Is it some kind of loophole? Not at all. It works because these letters trigger real legal obligations. They force collectors and the credit bureaus to actually go back and verify the data they're reporting. And just as importantly, they create a paper trail of everything you're doing, which is absolutely crucial if you ever need to take things a step further.
All right, so let's zoom out a bit. We've talked tactics, we've talked tools, but let's talk about the bigger picture here. This is about more than just dispute letters. It's about building long-term financial strength, or what our source calls credit dominion. Because here's the ultimate takeaway, the big idea behind all of this. A credit score isn't just some number. It's your financial reputation boiled down to 3 digits. It's a mathematical measure of trust, and it's an incredibly powerful asset that can save you literally hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime and lower interest rates.
You see, at the end of the day, getting to that 750+ score isn't about some secret trick you found online. The foundation is built on 4 very simple pillars. Having a clear strategy, being relentlessly consistent with your payments, having the patience to let your accounts age and mature, and having the knowledge of how the system actually works.
And that really brings us to our final thought. Chasing tricks and shortcuts, it's a dead end. The only real path to an excellent, durable credit score is paved with understanding. So the real question is, are you ready to stop guessing and start building?